Me, this is about me sleeping on the floor of an airport to start with. So therefore, I've asked many times to escalate this. I have created a video regarding the situation at PayPal and Santander, and that will go live, and that the public will be the judge and jury regarding that. And therefore, whoever's blocking this at a level that you're at should not be doing so, because when the transcript, which I have already requested, comes out, and this new transcript comes out, it will affect Santander publicly with the numbers that will see this, and it will affect your organisation. Therefore, it is time to start taking it very, very seriously. Do you understand?
Okay, so with regards to this complaint, obviously we take on board what you're saying.
I don't care. You are not senior enough to be even having this conversation. It was raised as an E1217185 case where they know the transcript has to be coming to me by demand. Has the transcript begun? Has the transcript been issued?
Okay, well, that's it. Yeah, so with regards to this now, from reviewing the complaint, it does remain unchanged, and the final resolution, unfortunately.
Final resolution? This was a completely new case where I've slept on an airport floor. This is nothing to do with the thing with the ombudsman. Zero. Zero. Do you understand? There's about 10 complaints, not one.
Can you allow me to speak, please? Because you're not allowing me to speak. You're interrupting me. I'm only trying to help you here.
You're not helping at all, believe me. And you're not helping Santander at all, believe me, as well.
Okay, well, I apologise that you feel that way.
I don't feel that way. I know that way. I know the law, and you are in trouble. Anyone who's on this case, you are already supposed to, when it goes to an E1217185, it's supposed to notify all the management people that have been involved in the case, but I've requested that it gets escalated to senior management. I will repeat, very clear, it is very likely that Santander shares will drop as a result of the actions and behaviour and intent of Santander. I am holding you personally responsible for not escalating it. This will be in the transcript, and therefore your job will also be at risk, because it's been made crystal clear that you are blocking something which is going to affect all the shareholdings, all the shareholders. It's fact. It is absolutely at risk, because Santander itself is at risk. Santander is at risk. Do you understand?
Okay, let me just put you on hold for a second. And I've been provided to yourself with the, you said there was a loss of investment, and obviously you were in the airport as well. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I slept at the airport because you guys blocked my car. That's correct. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, actually, what actually happened is, I might as well, because while we're recording it, I think I might as well clarify. So what happened was, at the airport, they blocked the card, and when I tried to contact them, the phone got blocked, so I couldn't ring them. So as a result of that, I had only internet access, and there was only 10 minutes free internet at the airport left. That ran out. So as a result of that, I've now got no comms whatsoever. So the card doesn't work for Santander because it's been blocked by Santander. Also, the phone isn't working, and also the internet dies. So what I do next is, I think, well, I'll get someone out of the airport to try and spot me some data, to try and get one of my PAs to try and sort something out. Problem is, the name came up and then it went and disappeared. So I get another person because they've got to get a flight. That disappeared. So I can't renew any of the web where you pay for it because Santander have blocked my card, you see. So the best part is, not only can I not book a flight and accommodation away from where I was going to be going to some alternative plan B, I also cannot even book accommodation in the local area because Santander have blocked the card, you see. Now, what I do now, you see, I decide there's only one option left, and that's to ring the police, because you're allowed an emergency number only on a blocked phone. So I do that, and I kind of explain it's not really a police issue. I say, but can you help me out? And they say, I've got a good idea. Why don't you go to the security in the morning and you can take over their phone, their landline. It'll probably take about an hour of their time, but you should really do that, which I did. And then it's really embarrassing because I had to hand over my actual Santander card with its 16-digit number to get through the security. So you can imagine the mess, really. You stood there in an airport, taking over the security place, underneath one of the plastic visas thing, because of the security element, handing them and trying to talk them into allowing you to get through to Santander and using them as a puppet, really, to actually tap in all the 16-digit numbers and things. But luckily I got through, you see. And this is where it gets quite bad, because Santander admitted to me right there and then that they shouldn't just have blocked it. They should have used the number that they had to contact me, either through SMS at a minimum or by ringing, which they didn't. So all this was preventable, you see, if Santander had done their job properly and didn't just cancel my card. Yeah, amusing for you maybe, but when you're on the floor it ain't so amusing. It's not so amusing also for the risk that Santander have, you see. And some people might not like the fact that I'm very ratty after many, many, many hours of trying to get money back that PayPal have stolen, by the way. You do know there's a $100 million case on where PayPal have done exactly the same thing, and they've also kept it not just 6 months. Yeah, 6 months, 180 days. Yeah, they kept it, and then they kept it again, and this poor guy, he's got to sue them for 100 million, PayPal. Yeah, and I'm pretty damn sure that Santander are fully aware of all this, because obviously they're in bed with the financial services, because you know, of course, that the Financial Ombudsman Service is actually funded by the insurance companies and funded by the banks, and yet it's supposed to police those that fund it. What a crazy system. Anyway, back to the point is, that situation is nothing whatsoever to do with what was originally referred to the Financial Ombudsman Service, which was for a chargeback. Now, they should have done the chargeback anyway, so I will actually litigate and take Santander to court over that. But even if it's found that they were entitled not to give a chargeback, which is absolutely ruthless, but even if they're found, when I've paid out money A, B, C, D, E, got no service, simple chargeback, money back please, but even if for some bizarre, strange reason it's found in favour of Santander, this is a fraud case, because after the 6 months, 180 days, that's a new case because they didn't refund it then. Yeah, so they have not given me the money back. So what we now know is that PayPal have stolen the money. They didn't take a commission, they kept my money. It's absolutely 100% pure insane. Yeah, and this is nothing to do with the Financial Ombudsman case. This is a completely separate case. And the fact that they've also blocked my card at Santander, and the fact that I'm asking for chargebacks on flight A and flight B, are nothing to do with that original case. They're all separate complaints, including the complaint about how things are handled. And he's sort of going back to this original complaint and saying I'm satisfied with it. It's absolutely ludicrous, isn't it?
You can see like the Fed.
You say?
What did you say, sorry?
I said that really this. I don't know what level are you at. What's your? Yeah. So I've already asked that I have a transcript. Is that getting taken care of? Because obviously I'm entitled to. And the person who wrote down that reference code, E1217185, said we will arrange for a transcript. And I said I also want a copy of that to go to the Financial Ombudsman Service. And they said yes, that will be sorted. Is that being sorted? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay. And today's transcript will be sorted as well. I'm requesting a new one for today. Please, can you organise a transcript from today's one as well, please?
Yeah, that's done for you. With regards to this complaint going forward, I do have to advise that the next step for you is the Financial Ombudsman.
I'm not going to the Financial Ombudsman Service because there's already an old case that's a year to just get some money back. I am going to litigate, but I'm also going to make it very, very clear to you. I don't know what you think gives you the authority at the level you're at to not understand that I'm telling you that not only will I be litigating against Santander, I am going to be putting out the transcript, I'm going to be putting out the video, I'm going to be putting out this call and video, and the people out there are going to know exactly what's happening, because I've actually outlined, I slept on the floor as a result of the direct intent and action of Santander and their ludicrous negligence. Yeah, it's not even accusation of negligence, it's absolutely pure black and white negligence, and it's an absolute black and white case of breach of contract and breach of service. You charge people for going over the limit of X amount. You have the cheek to charge that, and then when you actually cause the most disruptive nightmare breach of contract. You try and hide behind saying that, you know, we're going to look into. I've told you they're all separate complaint issues. They are all separate complaint issues that should all be dealt with as separate matters, and if necessary, each individual one would be put to the Financial Ombudsman Service. But do you think I'm going to push forward 10 separate complaints all worth in excess of $10, $20, $30, $40,000 to the FOS, who can't even deal with a chargeback issue? Really? You know that my rights are actually to litigate.
We've reviewed this. All the concerns that
well, you haven't reviewed it very well. You haven't reviewed it very well, because the public are going to review it, and the public are going to know that I slept on the airport floor. The public are going to know that you didn't inform me that you're going to block the card. The public are going to know that you've had 5 payments or whatever where they were paid to PayPal and they've stolen them months later, and you've not even reimbursed me. Even if it's a case where they've been stolen by other parties, you need to hold your hand up and just goddamn well compensate now. It's that simple. I don't care what your opinions are, what you think, what your moral compass says. It's time for Santander to escalate it and pay a lot of money for this case. And I'm going to put the video out anyway. I'm going to do a non-disclosure and have you bribe me to not put it out, because this video is going out and I'm getting the compensation. Is that clear?
Okay, so we won't be compensating.
Oh, you will be. You will be. It'll be through the courts, but you will be. Trust me. You will be.
Okay.
Trust me.
Okay, well, the next step.
No, there is no next step. Why have I not been called when I asked for a phone call from a senior manager, E1217185? Why did I not receive a phone call? Why? I have got a mortgage with Santander for many years, and I have had a bank account with Santander for many years. At the very least, they owe me the courtesy to respond to a request for a senior manager to call me back when I demand it, when it's a ridiculous case. It's a ridiculous case. Do you understand? Hmm?
1 second. I'm just reading through this now.
What is it you don't understand about my request to escalate this matter?
I haven't done anything. But on the next steps for you now, there's no way you can escalate it. You have to approach the Financial Ombudsman. There's no one else who I can escalate it with.
That is rubbish. I could have a phone call right now, and I don't have to take it that way because I have the right to litigate. Yeah?
I know what you're saying, but there's no further information that we can give you, and no further resolution. So that is the final. That is the.
But it's a separate. You're not listening to me. There's separate inquiries. There's separate complaints. They are separate complaints. You're saying that you have to go to the Ombudsman Service. What about 10 separate complaints? It's just a separate complaint. They are separate matters.
Okay, if you're not going to allow me to speak, then we can't proceed with the telephone call, because I'm trying to help you. And you keep on interrupting me. I'm only here to help you.
Oh, are you really? Are you really? Honestly, it doesn't feel like that, does it really?
Okay, well, I apologise that you feel that way, but that is...
I feel that way. I'll tell you what, when this goes out and there's 1 million people, should we do a vote and see how many feel that way as well? And I'll tell you what, I will eat my hat if less than 90% agree. How does that sound?
Okay, well, I can't give you that information. I don't know what to say to you with regards to what you've just said, but I am only trying to help you. That is my intention. But unfortunately, there's nothing else.
When I ask for you to escalate, why are you blocking me? When I ask you to, what level are you? Are you a manager? I don't think so. You're certainly not a senior manager. So when I am asking you to escalate, what gives you the right to block me from my request to escalate? Let's start with that. Why are you not allowing me to escalate? Huh?
Okay, so the escalator is with the Financial Ombudsman. That's all you can do now going forward.
No, it isn't the only thing I can do. I can litigate against you. I don't even have to go to the Financial Ombudsman Service. How ridiculous.
So, with regards to this now, all the information is on file for your complaints. You know, everything that we've discussed today is already on file for you. Been escalated again for you.
Well, hang on. Just one thing. I've requested a refund for a flight to Mexico. Completely nothing to do with the PayPal fraud. And you're saying that now, because I'm bringing up that many months after, that gets compiled into a singular complaint? That's insane.
I said that.
You're basically saying that every complaint that I bring forward now gets rolled over to an individual complaint back in the day that I'm not even discussing. So
that's not what I've said. So I haven't said that. I'm talking about the flight, the no contact, you staying in the crypto complaint that you've had. Everything that you've compiled in that complaint, it was reviewed again. We did not change the resolution. So the next steps is the financial ombudsman.
What do you mean you didn't change the resolution? I've only just raised those complaint issues. So,
yes, it's been raised.
So you're telling me that every single request and chargeback and all that flight number 1 and flight number 2 are all getting bundled into one thing, and now it has to go to the Ombudsman service? That's what you're saying?
That's correct.
Well, that's absolutely ludicrous. What you're saying is I should have rung on day 1 with one, day 2 with another, day 3 with another, day 4 with another. And because you're bundling them all into an individual one, you're saying that none of them are valid? Absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous beyond comprehension. It is absolutely farcical that you're saying that individual points and individual complaint matters, such as the fact that they never actually phoned me or SMS'd me from Santander, is being placed under the same thing as a chargeback for a Mexican flight and a different chargeback because of security at Manchester Airport for a Tenerife flight, and you're bundling them all into the same compiled data system under one complaint. I think what you need to do then is you need to get someone to go into that complaint and split out the individual complaints.
Okay, unfortunately, as an ombudsman for you, there's nothing that we can do. I understand that it's caused you an inconvenience.
What do you mean there's nothing you can do? They're separate complaints. They are separate complaints.
You're not allowing me to speak. Like, I'm trying to help you.
You're not helping whatsoever, because you're saying that you're bundling them all under one complaint, and it isn't one complaint.
Every issue is looked at individually. So
right. Anyway, enjoy it when it goes on television, which it will be doing. Thank you and goodbye.